Hello friends, welcome you all. In last lecture, we are studying the different types of steel section, that is angle section, beam section, channel section, T sections, and where this section we can use in a steel structure. Next, we are look for the different roll steel beams, their full forms and abbreviations. Also for channel section, T section, and angle section. Then we are study the use of steel tables as per IS 808 1989, or what is the use of steel table. Okay. Next we are study the stress strain graph for mild steel. Next we are study the different types of loads on steel structure, that is dead load, live load, wind load, then snow load and earthquake load, and their relevant IS code. Now in this lecture, we are going to study the methods of structural design. There are many methods. Out of them, following three methods are very popular. That is, first one is working stress method, or WSM. It is also called as allowable stress design (ASD). Okay. Second one is ultimate load method. It is also called as load factor method or plastic design method. And third one is limit state method, that is LSM. This is the important method, or it is the combination of these two methods. And disadvantages of these two methods is overcoming this third method, that is limit state method. So let us see one by one. First, working stress method. It is also called as allowable stress method. Okay. This method is used for many years in all leading countries. This is the oldest method, or traditional method we can say, is used for design not only for structural steel but also the RCC structure and timber design also. For this working stress method, we are referring the IS code IS 800 1984. This method we were using up to the 2007 in India, and after that 2007 we are using the limit state method. Next is this method is based on elastic theory. Okay, means it obeys the Hooke's law, that is stress is directly proportional to the strain. Okay. Next is the factor of safety is applied to the yield stresses to get the permissible stresses, means can define the factor of safety is equal to the ratio of yield stresses to the permissible stresses. Uh, or we can say the in this method uncertainties such as correct estimation of load or possibility of occurrence of higher load, then material imperfection and geometrical imperfection in the structural member were taken into account in a single factor, that is factor of safety. Okay, and it is calculated by ratio of yield stress to the permissible stress. Okay. In this case, yield stress is considered as a benchmark for the highest load. For that, we are designing the section for this method. Okay. Uh, Structural member were not allowed to stress more than allowable stress to ensure the perfect elasticity. That is, using the factor of safety, allowable stresses are specified with the yield stresses as a base. Means safety is ensured by limiting the stress of the material. Okay. Next is the working stress method. Before that, we know the different factors of safety were used to arrive the allowable stresses for the different types of stresses in the structural member, such as beam, column, tension member, or base plates. Using this service load and their logical combination, the section are designed using this allowable stress method. Okay. Therefore, but this method having some drawbacks or disadvantages. Therefore, this method is obsolete now. So let us see what are those drawbacks of working stress method. First one is this: it assumes the material behaves in a elastic manner. that is stress is directly proportional to strain. But however, the main this assumption that is linear elastic behavior and stresses under working loads can be kept within the permissible stresses are not found to be a realistic one. Okay. Next is it uses the factor of safety only for stresses, not for load. Okay. Means excessive load coming on a structure is not taken into account. Next is exact margin of safety is not known. Okay, means as discussed earlier, excessive load are not considered. Therefore, the exact margin of safety we are not known. Third one, sorry, fourth one, in a single factor of safety, as we discussed earlier, the uncertainties like the estimation of load, possibility occurrence of higher design loads or material imperfection or geometrical imperfections are considered. Okay, there. Okay. Next is this method use the thicker sections, so less economical. For that we are looking for this stress strain graph. Okay, as per working stress method, we are considering the material strength up to the point B only, that is up to the yield stress. But we know the material take the load after point B and it is maximum at point E. So this region of strength of material is not considered or not taken into account in working stress method. Okay, so the section become thicker one and the design becomes uneconomical. Though it uh, though it satisfies the criteria safety and serviceability, but sections become uneconomical and thicker one. So after that we are use the method that is ultimate load method, that is load factor method or plastic design method. In this method, with the growing realization of shortcoming means the disadvantage of WSM and increased understanding of behavior of structural steel at ultimate load, this method is evolved and become alternative to the working stress method. Okay. The safety measure design is introduced in this method by an appropriate choice of load factor. Okay, we also called as load factor method, and it load factor is defined as the ratio of ultimate load to the working load, and also the load combination. This method is considered the effect of different load combination into account. Therefore, they overcome the related disadvantages of working stress method. In using this method, the sections become slender, okay, thinner one, and design also economical one. But though section is slender and economical, the serviceability criteria is not met because of large deflection and cracks in the sections. So the means the strength performance is satisfactory in this method, but the serviceability performance is not satisfactory. Therefore, the sometimes result in the excessive deflection and cracks under service load, and there is feeling of occupant to feel the discomfort in the structure, that is user point of view it is not advisable, and this method become obsolete in nowadays. Okay. So next method is the limit state method. For this method, we are referred the IS code IS 800 2007. Okay. This method is the most rational method which takes into account the ultimate strength of structure and also serviceability criteria of the structure. Or we can say it is the judicious combination of working stress method and ultimate stress method, sorry, ultimate load method. Means in this method limitations of WSM and LSM is overcome. So what is this method? Let us see. In this method actual stress strain curve. This method is based on actual stress strain curve. Okay, means non-linear elastic behavior is also taken into account. Okay. Next is partial safety factors are applied to design values of stresses. Partial safety factor is what we can see in next lecture, but the rough idea is given here. Partial safety factor means it is the factor of safety for load and material strain, and it is used partially. Therefore, we can call it partial safety factors. It gives for stresses and load also. So design loads are obtained by multiplying these partial safety factors and working load. Okay. So for stresses purpose, we can call that ultimate stress is equal to uh, design stress is equal to ultimate stress upon partial safety factors, and design load purpose we can call as design load is equal to working load multiplied by partial safety factors. Next is exact margin of safety is known. As we discussed earlier, we are here satisfying the criteria for safety and serviceability. That is, we are taken into the safety factors for stresses and loads for both. Therefore, we are knowing the margin for exact margin of safety, and this method is more economical and it gives the thinner sections. Therefore, we are preferring this method for design. Okay. In some cases, or in RCC, in some cases we are still using WSM method for design of water tank and chimney design, because in this case we are not use the limit state method. So working stress method is also used for RCC for chimney and water tank design. So limit state method and its types, that is limit state of strength and limit state of serviceability, we are going to discuss in next lecture. Hope you will understand today's session. Thank you.